Welcome to 21 Days of Sage Intacct for a New You, presented by LBMC Technology Solutions. Because it takes 21 days to make or break a habit, over the next 3 weeks, we'll empower you to reimagine the way that you work by providing 21 days of great tips to make a better you in Sage Intacct. Let's get started. The new you in Sage Intacct starts today. Day 5, setting triggers to close a job, automating the process of closing a job with a predefined trigger. So you would need access to platform services in order to perform a trigger. So we have a couple set in here that we're just going to go over. So this one actually updates the project status from the project contract. And what it's doing is every time we close a project contract, it's also updating the status of a project. So we're just going to go into this project contract trigger and see what makes up this trigger and how it's being triggered to update a project status. So the general properties are saying after an update, I want you to perform an action. So the trigger name is called update project status, and it's going to be triggered to change a field status. So whenever a project contract is updated to be inactive, meaning that it's complete and finished, I want you to go to the project record and change that status update. So that's what it's telling it to do here, to say, use this document template to update a project status. And then here's the code that says, take the project contract status from, whatever it's set to be inactive. So this would change the project status to inactive, which means in Intacct, if a project status is set to inactive, you can no longer post job cost or any kind of transactions against that project. And then you can see that these are the component key maps. So, these are just some command shortcuts that work for this particular trigger. And then once the trigger is saved, it would automatically, every time a project contract was updated. So we'll go into a project contract and we'll say, if we are looking at a project contract, what we are saying the trigger is doing is every time that the status is set from active to inactive and saved, it will also change the record status on an actual project. So it'll also change this project status right here from active to inactive as well. So it speeds up your closing a project process. Thank you for joining us today on our presentation of 21 Days to a New You in Sage Intacct. If you want to talk to an expert, here's our contact information. We look forward to hearing from you.